yes, now we have an interview with Ricardo Allen, founder and CEO of One on One, a digital education platform launched just before COVID. It has since been so successful that it is now used across the Caribbean, providing effective and affordable online education resources that are making an enormous difference to those who need it. I am intrigued to find out more about the work he has been doing. Please welcome Ricardo Allen. Hi, Ricardo.
Hi, good morning. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. Thank you so much for joining us to celebrate International Education Day, and we're so excited to have you here with us. So, could we begin by having you tell us a bit more about yourself, your journey, and your life's mission?
Absolutely. First of all, very happy to be a part of this Peace One Day initiative. It's International Education Day, so I'm excited. My name is Ricardo Allen. I'm the founder and CEO of One on One. Started the company about 10 years ago, actually, in 2013. And I would have just left university. I was studying to become an actuary. I would have grown up in the very rural parts of Jamaica. At one point, I actually went to school barefooted with no shoes. And education for me was that medium through which I could ascend the social ladder and to make changes in Jamaica and the Caribbean and globally. And so after leaving university, I started tutoring students and I found out that there was a problem. There was a level of inequity in education. And I first found that out actually when I moved from the rural Jamaica, Rehoboam and Trelawney to Kingston, which is a more urban area, metropolitan, more resources are here. And, I actually skipped a grade back in Rehoboam. I skipped grade three, but when I came to Kingston, I was placed back in grade three because I was simply not ahead as I had thought back in rural Jamaica. So having gone through the education system in Kingston, I decided that I wanted to become an actor. I was studying for my actual exam. This was back in 2013. I was using a book to study for the exam. I could not complete it. It was just too long. I was trying to work to take care of my family. And so I started going online looking for resources. I bought an a set of videos to prepare for that exam. I got a perfect score for the exam. I started making math videos for people afterwards, right? And so that's how one on one started. Just from a need to pretty much standardize and make that education available to so many persons. That concept of sitting down in front of your computer and taking your classes is something that I decided to take on at 23 years old and to make this available for just about everyone. Since then, we've been focused on our mission of really connecting people to knowledge, both at the primary and high school level, but also in the professional sense in terms of lifelong learning. Persons who would have graduated high school, people who are in the workforce, connecting them to online learning opportunities that they can learn and they can attain certificates and so on that they can use to get better jobs and improve themselves. So my lifelong mission is quite simple. It is really to connect people to knowledge so that they can improve their lives and have better outcomes for themselves and their families. And that's what I'm committed to.
Wow, that is an amazing mission, an amazing story, and hearing your journey, I'm so sure it resonates with people in a way that they're just empathizing with that. And I would really love for you to talk to us about the importance of SDG 4, quality education, since today it is International Education Day and we're celebrating education. So would love to hear your thoughts on SDG 4. Hi, let me throw the question again, just in case you didn't catch it there. Could you talk to us about the importance of SDG 4 in quality education? And that's the beauty of having such a global show. We're all over the world, so we'll have some technical difficulties here and there, but we're back now.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. No, I mean, SDG 4 is very important, right? It speaks to quality education across the world among different education systems. And now there are two kind of areas of SDG 4 that I kind of want to touch on. I want to talk about inclusivity and equality, and then I want to talk about lifelong learning opportunities. In terms of inclusive and equity in education. For me, that's very important. It's so important because, again, just my story coming from rural Jamaica, having a different education system, different learning opportunities, and so on. It's almost once you're born in a scenario like that, the probabilities, on the balance of probabilities, you're going to be in or led into a certain area that may not be the same area that someone who has more opportunities will go into. So you have this disparity between those who are born in rural Jamaica or rural parts of the world and those who are born in places that have more resources. And so it's so important to find a way to give equal, accessible education to all. And so it's so important from a high level that we have set this SDG for that education systems can actually, set up themselves to actually attain. Now, from my perspective, I do not believe that you can achieve what you cannot measure. And so, in order for us to achieve true equity in education, true inclusive education, we have to be able to measure where we are now. And from there, we can put in place the right tools, technologies, resources so that we can get to where we really need to get. So that's point number one. In terms of lifelong learning, the technology and knowledge is rapidly changing all across the world, right? So today we learn about, for example, something or a particular skill. By tomorrow, that skill is outdated. And so we have to get to a place as a country, as a globe, as a nation, where we can now educate persons continuously. So we're talking about working and learning at the same time. We're talking about those who are at home, who are bringing up their children, having the capacity to continue learning and attaining that knowledge. Because if we don't, what happened in COVID is going to happen again, where there's a shift in demand for certain types of skills in the world. And persons who, for example, have these legacy skills, if they did not upskill, then their skills are now obsolete. So it's so important that we focus on lifelong learning opportunities at a national level, at a regional and global level. And importantly, we must have a very inclusive and equitable education system. But to do this, we must be able to measure what we're doing so that we can improve it. And if we don't, we run the risk of lagging behind and lagging behind these global standards.
Yeah, yeah, I really understand that comment, especially about lagging behind, and that is not where we want to be, especially not in regards to education. And I'd love to know, in the shortest way possible, what are the challenges that the global community are facing around the world? What are they facing within education, if you put it simply?
No, I mean, there are three things I would say. Number one is, equity, access. We saw that in COVID, we all went online. Not everybody could have gone online. We have a massive teacher shortage problem now globally, not just in Jamaica, globally. And finally, we have, a situation, especially back in Jamaica and the Caribbean, where, there are schools that, based on resources constraints, so many students are now paired with one teacher. So if one teacher is paired with 30, 40 students, the quality of learning and instruction for that one teacher is now reduced. And so, these are three kind of major challenges that I'm seeing. And these are opportunities that we can solve, obviously, through the methods that I mentioned. We measure, then we fix, and then we monitor what we've implemented.
That's really good, and I like how straightforward those are. You broke it down to three very clear, actionable things that people can easily get behind. And I would really love to know, how important has the education been in your personal journey?
It has been important, as I mentioned earlier, from where I'm coming from, just as a boy growing up in poverty, determined to get out of it, using education as a basis to do that. I'm motivated to pretty much fix those very same problems that I would have witnessed coming up. This is why we're doing so many initiatives. One of them is the digitalized education system using what we call an education management information system. And we have done this in the government of Bahamas. We have fully digitalized that system. They are now tracking all of their key SDG 4 indicators. We're also training persons locally at a professional level. We're now training over 20,000 persons in the workforce, giving them certificates that they can use to attain knowledge. And finally, We believe that education should be personalized. That's my lifelong dream, actually, to individualize and personalize education. And through the advent of things like artificial intelligence, we've seen recently chat GPT and so on, we're using those tools and technologies to get back education to be personalized, one on one between the teacher and the student. And the most effective way of doing that now is through technology, using technology. And that now solves also the equity issue by having a standard education across the board.
That's amazing. And before we let you go, I'd love for everyone at home to be able to know how to find you or connect with you or support you. So, where can they find your work?
No, absolutely. So my name is Ricardo Allen. You can find me on social media across all platforms. Also, one-on-one educational services. That's the name of our company. We have a website. It's one-on-one LMS. That's learning made simple. Uh, .com, one-on-one LMS.com. So get in touch and be a part of this journey. We'd love to have you. We need as many answers as possible to fix this problem that we're having so that we can have better outcomes for all.
Thank you so much, Ricardo. That is a powerful way to end, and that was such an inspiring interview.